Good morning, everybody. This is Tao at the Forge, and I'm here with the daily review. Hopefully, the audio is fixed. I tested it just a moment ago, and it was fine. So, I guess if it's wrecked again now, then there's not much I can do. So, I will try and fix it if it's broken. Hopefully, it's not. So, anyways, let's get started. So, let's try and chain this in. All right. Cast 40 creature spells shouldn't. Sometimes that's hard for me because I actually don't play a lot of decks that win with creatures. But okay, we got quick draft core set. We got premier draft core set. Those are really good. This workshop, so I didn't really get to play too much of it, but I played this best friends deck and I got one win out of it, and then I was like, okay, that's good enough for me. So yeah, I actually got lucky. I'm not sure if I got lucky, but I had a really good opening hand with two Archfiend's Vessels and then also two Bloodthirsty Aerialists that I had. And basically, I put these down on turn 1 and 2, and then turn 3 got Bloodthirsty Aerialist. My opponent didn't put anything down, so I was able to get in and get 2 damage. Get 2 damage and then get this guy out to be a 4/5, right? And I had another one in my hand for the next turn, and then yeah, from there it just went downhill for my opponent. So yeah, anyways, I'm not sure if that counts as lucky because I don't know like how these decks normally play against each other, but I actually, I came out with the win and I'm happy with that. So okay, let's go take a look at the store. Okay, oh, it looks an Ixalan pack. Okay, so that's going to be kind of interesting. All right, so 450. This is a good deal. You should get it. Now, especially because it's less than half the price of a pack. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, okay, so it does just says one pack. Okay, less than half the price, but that's because this is not in standard. So if you don't have a ton of gold, then maybe don't pick this up. But I'd say overall you should get this because it'll help you play historic. Right? And in Rivals of Ixalan, they actually have some decent cards, so I'm gonna pick this one up. Alright, and yeah, that's that. Okay, so we're going to let's check out the Mastery Pass. So I'm slowly working my way up. Okay, so I got to level 40, which means I got this dog and Mastery Orb. I don't really care about either one of those because I actually really like that owl. Right, mainly because I'm a huge Clash of the Titans fan, the original, not the new one. The new one is terrible, but the original with it has that little mechanical owl that I actually thought it was the coolest thing when I was a kid. I always wanted a little mechanical owl that could fly around as well. All right, so anyways, let's go check out the Mastery Tree. And I believe we went to black. Yeah, so Liliana Stewart and Liliana's Devotee. Okay, so claim prize. Yay, what would be next? Then it's going to be Sanctum of Stone Fangs, Thieves Guild Enforcer, Liliana Standard Bearer, and then probably, well, okay, the Massacre Worm. Alright, well, we'll slowly work our way through this as well. Okay, let's go to packs. And there's our Rivals of Ixalan pack, so let's open it up and see what we got. Okay, it helps me. Oh, there's a rare wild card I just earned. Alright, so see, the thing is, like, some of these are actually pretty decent cards. Like, what's it called? This Water Knot is actually pretty good. I actually use this in Brawl a little bit, and the rest are just okay. I mean, if you're doing Vampire Travel, it's okay. This Jungleborn Pioneer is actually pretty good in Merfolk. So, and Silent Gravestone, which I did not have. Cards in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities. Alright, well, it's just okay, but you know what? I'll take a card. Okay, Core 2021. Let's see what we got there. Swift Response is actually a pretty sweet card, right? Just be able to destroy a target tapped creature. Selfless Savior is actually pretty good in the Dogs deck. Yeah, let's see. Oh, and Massacre Worm. All right, well, that's pretty good. It's a mythic rare, so I'll take it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, now let's just see here. So there's also another piece of sad news, in case you haven't heard, that Grant Imahara, mainly known from Mythbusters, he's an electrical engineer and one of the main Mythbusters there. He actually suffered an aneurysm and died, and so I wish to offer my condolences to his family and friends. It is a terrible loss, but one thing is that people didn't know is that he's also part of the Magic community as well. So that is a terrible loss for us. You can see here he's playing against Day 9 on Spellslingers, which is a really fun channel.
Black-white decks tend to have a lot of beat-down creatures. So you just want
yeah, it's Yeah, it's always tragic when you hear someone die, especially someone so young. He was only in his 40s. So, I mean, anyways, like, one thing we should remember is always just to enjoy every day that we have, because you never know if you're going to get another one. So, anyways, let's move on. So the next thing I want to talk about is that Jumpstart is coming out tomorrow on Arena. And so here I have the magic from the communication from Wizards here. And so Jumpstart is going to come out. It includes up to 500 plus new cards. Well, not necessarily new cards, but 500 plus cards. All right, so let's see. In addition to Jumpstart themed boosters, individual cards can also be crafted using wildcards. So if you want, you don't actually have to buy the boosters. You can just get the wildcards. All right, use wildcards for it. Although that may or may not be worth it, just depending on what it is. Okay, this includes 37 cards that are new to both the tabletop and digital Magic, so that means it's just brand new cards. All the cards included in Jumpstart will also be playable in Historic, so not standard playable, but playable in Historic. So if you are big into Historic, this will be pretty essential, because there's going to be a lot of cards that are coming in that are just only playable in that format. Now, again, you don't have to buy the packs. You can just craft wildcards as you need them. So that's actually okay. But one of the things is that, okay, so you need to consider that they swapped 20 of the reprinted cards from tabletop because they're too powerful for Arena. That's what they thought. So for instance, Lightning Bolt is available on tabletop. And for those of you that don't know, Lightning Bolt is 1 red mana, and it says you can deal 3 damage to any target. Okay, and they're going to replace it with Lightning Strike, which is essentially the same thing, but for 2 mana. All right, and you can see like they're changing a number of different things. I think in a way it's probably correct, just because, like for instance, Path to Exile. Oh, they actually do have a pop-up here. So Path to Exile is a 1 white mana. It's the best removal in the game. Basically, you just exile a target creature, so you don't even destroy it, and then its controller can just get a basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped, right? This is like, for instance, this is such a good card, but it would, I think, put white over the top, right, in Magic, right? There's some other ones too, like that I don't necessarily agree with. Some of them are okay. Thoughtscour is pretty good because it's just a simple 1 blue cantrip. But some, and Rhystic Study. Oh my god, Rhystic Study. I think. I love the card because I generally love to play black and blue decks, but the problem with Rhystic Study is that you're just constantly going to have triggers, right? Because whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless that player plays 1. So every time you cast a spell, you're going to have to say, it's going to trigger this, and then you have to click, like, do you agree or not agree, right? Or accept or decline, right? And it's just it's going to be a pain in the butt, and it is super powerful on its own as well. So, I mean, like Rhystic Study is a great one, but even like if you talk to Commander players, you're playing four players and someone puts Rhystic Study down, like every time someone plays a card, it's like, did you pay? You're gonna pay? You're gonna pay 1? You're gonna pay 1? It gets super annoying. So I can see some of these not going in, but at the same time, yeah, it's, I don't know, like, I think they're going to have to put these in at some point. Probably what they'll do is when they get to because I think what they're trying to do is transfer over from MTGO to full-on Arena, and then what they will do is they're going to keep bringing sets back, and then once they can get enough sets back, then they'll release these as probably like one of those historic packs or something like that. Right, but yeah, otherwise it's just too much, right? Okay, yes, we include themed basic lands like the tabletop product. You'll find them with corresponding Jumpstart themed boosters. Okay, do they say what the event is going to be? No. Okay, so as far as I know, the event is going to be basically a limited time event. You're going to be able to basically pay probably, I don't even know, probably 2,000 gold or 5,000 gold. You go in, it's kind of like a draft, except you choose your packs, right? And then you choose your 2 packs, and I believe you choose, like, they'll give you an option of 1 of 3 or 1 of 4. So you get 4 packs. You choose your first one, they give you another 3 or 4. You can choose the second pack, slap them together, and then build your deck. I think it's going to be kind of a fun one to play, so you can go like Dogs and Angels, or Reanimator and Cats, or like Beasts and Snakes, or something like that. So I think it'll be kind of neat. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what it's like. Now, if you do not play a lot of Historic, then you may not want to spend any of your gold in that. But I mean, I'd give it a shot and just see, especially because there's not a lot of variance in it. Like when you open up a Jumpstart pack, it's not necessarily like, you know, you're not just going to get random anything, right? You will get like stuff that's just in that theme set. So, you know, I think that there's less variance and you can you're more likely to find what you want to find. So anyways, I think that's about it. Let me know what you think. Are you planning on playing Jumpstart? And, you know, maybe I'll try and stream it and see what we can do. See if we can play some Jumpstart together if I can find the time. But let me know if you're interested in the comments. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.